1500.
Going bush, going
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Going Bush, the program about our forests and the people who work in them.
Yes, we've got a big show coming up for you in this, the International Year of the Forest. Here's a look at what's coming up. Fire and our forests. Has forestry's ways of thinking changed since those tragic Victorian fires 3 years ago?
The story of Blackwood, it makes up an important part of the industry and now the code has been cracked to grow it more efficiently.
And Australia's newest adventure hub, Maydena, now tapping into the corporate market. All this plus your chance to win tickets to Tasmania's adventure forests.
Devastating and destructive, the Black Saturday fires which ripped through Victoria in February 2009 was Australia's most deadly bushfire, taking 173 lives and destroying more than 1,800 homes.
The most deadly of the blazes was around the Kinglake area in Victoria. Today, a drive through the mountain ash forests nearby demonstrates just how big the blaze was. It's burnt out for as far as the eye can see.
This is high-value sawlog country and as such, Vic Forests staff and forest contractors were in the thick of the action from the start.
Our role sort of initially for the fire was to try and contain or protect sort of property and that, given how large the fire was at the time in the initial sort of stages. Then it moved back to sort of containment of the larger fires, building large breaks around townships, protecting sort of assets, and then sort of even larger sort of fallback lines where they undertook larger backburns off. So yeah, the contractors were there with their gear and equipment working alongside DSE and CFA for that sort of work.
I was on the DSE fire crew. So we basically, on the day, because it was predicted to be so bad, we all started off in the yard and basically just waiting around for a call to go out, and we got that at about 11:30 and headed over to Kilmore, which is northeast of Melbourne. And pretty much just followed the fire from there over the next few weeks.
The tragedy of loss of lives and property was overwhelming, but the big challenge for crews on the ground continued for weeks after the initial blaze. Extinguishing the massive fires took more than a month and required a united effort to achieve.
Virtually when the Black Saturday fires started, our operations ceased as such, and all our staff that were committed there, up to sort of 100 of our staff were involved with the firefight, either directly on the line or also coordinating in incident control centres and that as well. So yeah, and that sort of virtually for us, it stopped our business for a month there to concentrate on fighting the fire, and then for us to work back into the harvesting of those areas.
While the firefight took weeks, it was forestry contractors who stepped up to provide much needed help. All of their heavy machinery, including excavators, skidders and dozers, were made available to the different agencies involved in fighting the blaze.
A cracking example, Black Saturday, we had in the Toolangi yard, after that weekend, a lot of the contractors brought their machines out of the bush or went and collect them after the fire, brought them into that central location, and we had the play of those machines for the next few weeks in terms of use of rounding up the fire. Everything from dozers, skidders, harvesters and excavators were put to use as we saw fit, and really we couldn't have put the fire out without them.
The benefit of using contractors isn't just their machinery. Most are skilled in firefighting and all want to work hard to protect as much of the forest as they can, given it's their livelihood.
A lot of the contractors that we used in this Black Range area were actually working this area at the time. So you know, this is their workplace as well as ours. So we were getting these guys in with a great fire experience and bush knowledge, but also know the local area and know the tracks, know the type of terrain, and they know the fire behaviour that they can expect from this sort of bush.
Forest contractors also have to be careful not to add to the threat of fire in extreme conditions, often downing tools if the weather is too hot.
We've got some big forecasts coming up, of hot weather and extreme weather. We usually don't work in those conditions. The forestry usually want us out of here, so just so we don't cause any drama as well.
Vic Forests are working closely to make sure everybody in the forest knows the risks and are well informed of what's going on.
Yeah, Chris. There you
Hey,
go.
Dave, how you going?
Good, thanks. Yeah, Chris, just follow up that fire equipment and that for the year. Just checking you've got the gear and that. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. It's yeah, all the machines have got a fire extinguisher each.
Yep.
There's a Rayco in the trailer. We've got our 400 litres of water and firefighting pump and hose.
Wildfire in these forests is nothing new. This is an old dugout, a concrete sort of bunker for the foresters of yesteryear to escape if a blaze broke out. You've got to remember that eucalypt forests are made to burn.